Can you need to say whether component focuses truly is a simple method for making some free money on the web, or on the other hand on the off chance that it is an exercise in futility? This video is for you. My name is Michael and I have been an individual from highlight focuses for a really long time, and in this element point audit I will give you an inside look. I will show you precisely the way that it works, and I will show you the geniuses and the cons so you can choose for yourself on off chance that this is the perfect open door for yourself. And I will likewise show you installment evidence so you can see that it truly pays, yet that doesn't be guaranteed to mean it's the best choice for you. I will make sense of this so you can choose and decide for yourself before I sign in and show you how component point functions. How about we initially go over who can join, and you can join highlight focuses from pretty much all nations. There may be a few nations you can't join from that points nothing you can truly do about that. That is exactly the way things are. Nevertheless, it is accessible in a variety of nations, and you can both use it on a site, so you can go to the site and sign up. I'll leave a connection underneath so you can go there, and you can likewise utilize it through their application. They have an application both for iOS gadgets and for Android gadgets, and it tends to be perfect to consolidate them, since there are a couple procuring potential open doors that is just accessible through the application, and others are only more straightforward to do on the site. Yet I will make sense of more about the different procuring valuable open doors when we sign in. So how about we do that now? I'm presently signed in to include focuses, and before I show you how you can acquire, how about we initially go over how you can get compensated, and I will show you installment evidence so you can see that it pays. Then we will discuss how you can procure, and afterward discuss what amount of time it requires to procure and the amount you overall can hope to acquire, so you do it with the right assumptions. Yet we should begin with the installment confirmation, since you can go to the money segment, or you can pick gift vouchers or Bitcoin. That is the payout choices. The amount you want to acquire to get compensated will rely upon your picked payout strategy. For cash, you can see it begins at $5. For Bitcoin, it begins at 10. For gift vouchers, it truly relies upon your country on the grounds that the specific gift vouchers will fluctuate from one country to another. Yet for this video I will tell you the best way to get compensated in real money by means of PayPal. There are various choices. I can pick 5, 10, 25, 50 or $100. I can likewise pick all the more, so on the off chance that I click here on 100, you can see I get these various choices. I could likewise get 200 or 500. Yet there's only one thing you should know about, in light of the fact that you can find in the top corner the number of focuses you that have by and large, and I have a considerable amount here. And let me just likewise be totally straightforward and say that a ton of this is on the grounds that I additionally have welcomed others that have chosen to join through my greeting join. So in the event that you're not a part, you're obviously likewise extremely welcome to do that. To help me, I will leave a connection underneath. Yet that is to say that a portion of the profit is from that. Yet later I will discuss the amount you overall can hope to procure. So despite the fact that that is the focuses I have, you can see I have something many refer to as accessible places and forthcoming focuses. And forthcoming focuses, they are not focuses I can take out. Yet in light of the fact that whenever you have taken a review or a proposition or anything that you do, there is an endorsement time, and in some cases it gets supported decently fast, perhaps in an hour or perhaps in a couple of hours, perhaps in some cases a couple of days. For specific offers it can perhaps require weeks, and subsequently contrasted with numerous different locales. Let me uncover that immediately, that the focuses you have are regularly locked as forthcoming focuses for a surprisingly long time, contrasted with numerous different destinations where you will rapidly get them as accessible focuses. Yet whenever they have been endorsed, there's not a set time for what amount of time it requires, for it truly relies upon the study and the deal. However, at that point, when it moves to accessible, brings up that is the focuses you can money. And that implies I have these 94,835 focuses that I can cash out on the off chance that I click one of these. I can see over in the past on site the number of focuses I that would have to pay for that. So I would have to pay 60 focuses to get 100. That implies 600 focuses is valued at $1. So the change proportion is only a tad digit, perhaps disarray you could say. Yet when you know it's genuinely simple when we go over the procuring techniques to sort out the amount you get for every one of those. Yet since I have to the point of then getting $100, I will do that now. So I will tap the button to recover this prize, this $100 for 60,000 places, and you can see then I get an additional check that do you truly maintain that should do this, and I click purchase prize, and afterward I simply have to affirm my secret key and afterward submit it, and afterward you receive a message saying your award is being handled. It ought to be accessible soon. So that is that it is so natural to project out, and precisely the way that long it will then take before you get your profit. That will shift, I would say, since I have had my record for some time. It has been endorsed. All is great there. They know I'm making an effort not to swindle anything. Then I have, as far as I can tell, I as a rule get the profit into my PayPal account some of the time inside a couple of moments, in some cases normally in no less than a little while, so typically exceptionally quick. Yet I additionally realize that whenever you first money out, when you first join, in some cases there is a long check cycle, and afterward it can require a few days, perhaps longer. So that is only something to know about. Yet Whenever you have been endorsed, it as a rule pays out rapidly, and I additionally leave a screen capture here on the screen of the email that I get from PayPal so you can see the cash went into my record there. I will likewise compose what amount of time it required so you can find for this situation precisely the way that long I needed to stand by to get the cash so you can see it pays. Yet how about we currently go over how you can then procure and afterward likewise discuss what amount of time it requires to acquire and the amount you overall can hope to acquire. So there are multiple ways of procuring inside include focuses you can as a matter of some importance acquire by taking studies. There are a considerable amount administration you can see precisely the number of focuses that would get roughly the way that long it will take. This gauge is genuinely precise as far as I can tell, and afterward they have these different choices. Additionally, I just additionally need to clarify that occasionally what you can find of administration inside the site is somewhat unique in relation to the application. In general, it gives admittance to a considerable amount of paid assistance. They additionally pay modestly for the reviews despite the fact that it's not one of unquestionably the top paying assistance sites. It most certainly pays fair, and you can in some cases find you can see some assistance that compensation up to 50 focuses, which is most certainly very pleasant. Yet for all intents and purposes with paid assistance, the number of we that get will change from one country to another, and in some nations you will simply not find a ton of paid studies. In others you will find bounty. That is exactly the way things are, and afterward regardless of whether you live in a country with a lot of reviews, then you should likewise, as I would like to think, try to likewise utilize a portion of the other procuring strategies, since that can truly assist you with procuring all the more. Yet I likewise simply need to make one thing clear, is that in the event that you're not yet a part, you can get 50 focuses as a joining reward on the off chance that you join through a greeting join. I will leave my greeting join underneath, so then at that point you can join through that and get a little additional joining reward assuming you choose to join. Yet we should discuss a portion of the other acquiring techniques too. So there's a couple of other procuring techniques. I'll go over them like in one go on the grounds that the help is something major to procure, and afterward there's the others that have the paid offers that is paid off as far as might be concerned. On numerous other get compensated to locales. Some of the time it most certainly can be worth to check inside application, since you have a bigger number of choices there than on the site. On the site you don't have however many paid offers as you frequently do on other get compensated to destinations, yet some of the time you have more inside the application, and afterward you can likewise acquire what they call you can win focuses. You will get various tokens, so every time you complete a proposition or take a waiter or any such thing you will acquire tokens, and afterward you will go into the draws. There's a day-to-day draw and a month-to-month visit, so you can win possibly $5 day-to-day or 100 month-to-month. Obviously there's no assurance you will at any point win, yet it's something special to know about, so you realize that this is an opportunity you get. It isn't so much that you truly need to do a lot other than to partake as you would at any rate. And afterward additionally they have this choice called download applications, and this is where you can attempt different applications and get compensated for itself, and this is obviously just accessible through the application as of recording this video. You can utilize these choices through the Android application, the Element Focuses application itself, where you can check administration and take the offers and more. That is accessible likewise for iOS gadgets, yet this particular one as of now is just accessible on Android gadgets. And furthermore inside the application there is one choice to procure by doing what they call playtime rewards, implying that when you download various games, for each moment you play will get compensated. That is likewise something you can do inside the application, so thusly there are a few benefits of utilizing the application. Some studies must be taken on a PC. A few things are only simpler to do in a PC. That is the reason I referenced before. That can be something incredible to consolidate it so you utilize both the application and your PC or the site. That is the fundamental ways of procuring here. So how about we currently likewise discuss what amount of time does it require to procure and how much can you and by and large hope to procure here. So I know now when I have shown $100 installment evidence, many individuals will ask what amount of time will it require for me to procure $100, and I need to talk a tad about the amount you overall can hope to earn. Since it doesn't check out, I can't answer to the inquiry what amount of time it will require for you to acquire $100 in light of the fact that in certain nations it could take you up to 14 days, weeks. In certain nations it could require you months, a ton of exertion, and you can in any case not procure $100, so I can't offer a careful response for that, since it truly will rely upon the nation residing, and obviously additionally how much exertion you will place in, as I additionally referenced before. I additionally have acquired a lot of these $100 by welcoming others, since certain individuals they have found my data valuable, my instructional